and YouTube, if you can hear me okay. Hello, Instagram. It is that time. It is Flex for Football. Good evening, Bella. Evening. You need a chair tonight. So a high back chair. You could use your sofa. You need a high back chair so that we're going to do some twisting so that you can hold on to the back of it. But you could sit on your sofa and work tonight. Okay. Some stretches for the quads and the hamstrings. And we're going to do a bit for the lower back this evening. We did some seated on the floor stretches last night. But I do realise that you can't all get into those positions. Not only men can't get into those positions, some women can't get into those positions, but men are a little bit more inflexible than ladies, aren't they? Just admit it, boys. It's okay, but we have to find a way that you can stretch, because it's important that you do stretch. Whether you're just starting out stretching or you've been stretching for a while and maybe you've tried these stretches and you can't feel them, or you can't get comfortable to feel them. Okay, so we're going to do seated on a chair, not on the floor. So take a seat. Oh, that's nice. I want you to take your feet wide, so wider than your shoulders. So we're going to start with the lower back, and you're just going to slowly bring your weight forwards. You're going to let your hands come down to the floor. Now, you might not be able to get your hands to the floor, and that's fine if you can't. Maybe you're going to put your forearms on your thighs and try and let that weight come forwards. Maybe you need to take your legs wider. Give that a try. I just want you to be able to bring your weight forwards so that as you come forwards, that stretch comes in across that lower back area there. Now, you can stay down here and just take some deep breaths and try and get that area to relax. Or you can slowly lift up, release the stretch, and then come back down into it. Some people's bodies, muscles, joints prefer that nice slow movement. You can sit all the way up. You could even lean back a little bit and then gently come down and forwards. Remember, I said your hands don't have to touch the floor. My chair's quite low. If you're on a tall chair, your legs might be dangling. That's not ideal. Make sure you're on a chair where your feet can touch the floor. Do a couple more of these, just coming forwards. Noticing if you feel it on one side more than the other. All the way up if you want to, or just halfway, or staying down there the whole time. Okay, slowly coming up. Bring the feet together, bring the knees together. I'm going to stay sideways at the moment. They don't need to be touching, but fairly close. Now you're going to twist round to one side. The opposite hand comes to the outside of the knee. This hand is going to reach back for the chair. If you're lucky like me and you can get behind the back of the chair, grab there. But lift up tall through the chest, up through the crown of the head, and just gently twist around and look over the shoulder. So there's just a gentle twist for your back. We did something similar on the floor last night, but being here, seated upright, these are even stretches you could do in the middle of the day if you work at a desk. Good, take one more breath here. Slowly release your twist. Then we're going to change to the other side. So this is how wide my feet are. Hand to the opposite thigh. Hand goes behind. You can hold the top of the chair, or if you can get your hand in behind you, lower. Then grab the chair there and gently turn the head, turn the chest a little bit. Are you breathing? Let the tummy relax a little bit. You'll be able to twist a bit further. And then when you're ready, come back to the front nice and slowly. You're going to take your right leg out nice and long, slight knee bends. I'll go to the side in a second. This leg, just move it out the way so that you can bring your weight forwards over that leg and then lift up. So we're going to start with moving through the stretch. And then once we've let that muscle know this is what we want to do, we want to stretch this muscle, and then we'll hold the stretch. Keep going like that. I'm going to turn sideways. So perch yourself maybe on the edge a little bit more. Toes up. If you push your toes down, you'll get quite a stretch through the front of your foot. That's fine. You might like that. But it's a little bit more accessible if you bring the toes up. And you can get a gentle calf stretch in there as well. So nice and easy. So as you go forwards, think about that stretch we did to start with, where you were reaching down between your legs. Except this time we're just reaching over one leg. Now notice that knee of mine, it's staying slightly bent. As I'm coming forwards, my hip is just stretching backwards. My back is staying nice and flat. I'm not going like this. Try and reach and lean over the thigh. Okay, do a couple more moving. Then we're going to go down and hold that stretch. Breathe out as you come down. Sometimes, if you focus on your breathing when stretching, that can help the muscles relax. If you get all a little bit flustered and a little bit, I can't get in that shape, and you get a little bit stressed, then the muscles are all just going to tense up. So hopefully you've got a lovely stretch going on the back of the hamstring. If you want to, you can now press the toes and then lift the toes. Point the toes away and lift the toes. Do a couple more here, then we're going to change to the other leg for the hamstring. Good. Slowly come up. Ooh. Give that leg a little wiggle. You've been in that crunched up hip position, so we're going to change sides. So move the right leg out the way a little bit, lengthen the left leg away, toes up, knee slightly bent. Start to gently move. Maybe you get to here and then you come back up, and then maybe after you've done 3 or 4 little movements forwards, maybe you can get a little bit further, because you allow your lower back, your hamstring, to just relax a little bit. Don't force anything. If you're going, the muscles are not going to like that. You've got to think gentle. You've got to think slow. You've got to be relaxed about it. I'm sure it's the same with all sports. I know from my kickboxing instructor that I have to relax a little bit more when I'm throwing punches, throwing kicks. I get told, relax, Hayley, you're really tense. And I'm sure when you kick a football, you're probably told to be relaxed of a fashion. I know the muscles need to be tense to function and work. But if that whole body is tense, then something somewhere is going to go ping. Okay, when you're ready, hold it down in the stretch. If you want to, point and flex the toes, so lengthen the leg out. Lift the toes up. When you're ready, roll up slowly. Give that leg a little waggle. Okay, so we've done the back of the legs. We've done the back, the lower back. Let's have a go at these quads. Now, last week, I think we did the quad stretch standing, or maybe we didn't. So if you've got a chair, or maybe this is where you can use the back of your sofa or your sofa arm, You're going to need something to hold on, someone to hold on to while you try. So if you find it hard to grab your foot, you might find it easier to get your foot up on something rather than have to hold it. Okay, so I'm going to turn now square away from the chair. Now, to get the stretch in the thigh, you're going to bend your knee. You're going to take your weight back, she says. I'm bringing my foot closer. And the closer you get your bum back towards your heel with your knee facing the floor, the more stretch you'll get in the hip, down through the quad. If you can do a quad stretch like this, then go for it. I was watching some videos last night. There was a man that was showing some easy stretches for quads. And he was putting his knee up against the wall. Now, if you can't grab your foot like this, snuggling yourself into that position against the wall is not going to be easy. So if you're here, this foot needs to be out so you've got the balance. And then you've probably got a sturdier sofa or chair than me. And then you're just going to keep yourself up tall. Maybe you're going to bend the other knee. See where you can find that stretch down the front of that thigh. If that's not working for you, then see if you can pick the foot up. As I've said, different stretches work for different people. Change sides with that quad stretch. So I can hold on here. That's a nice distance. Now this one's much tighter for me. See, there's a bigger difference in the space between my heel and my bottom. And then I don't have to move backwards very far until I can feel that. Make sure the foot that's on the floor is in a position that makes you feel stable and not wobbly. Maybe you can hold on to someone, or again, bring heel to bottom if this stretch works for you. Nice. Take a couple more breaths. Squeeze this butt cheek, the butt cheek of the leg you're stretching. Slowly release the leg off. You're going to turn around. You're going to put your hands on your chair. You're going to take your feet quite far away. One more for the back. You're going to send your bottom back. You're going to bring your head between your arms. Knees are soft. And you're just extending those hips away from you. Lift up through your belly a little bit. And this should be a nice stretch all the way down the side of the body. And hopefully a little bit across the lower back area there. You might feel this through your glutes, you might feel this through your hamstrings. Okay, bend your knees, bring the weight forwards into your toes. Walk the feet in. Give those legs a little shake. Give the shoulders a roll. How does that feel? Let me know how you found those stretches tonight on the chair. There's lots of other ones I can do on the chair for you if you find those more manageable. And tomorrow we'll be back for some calves and some ankles. Yes. Thank you very much. Hope it's been helpful. Please let me know in the comments and I'll see you tomorrow night. Thank you.